Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be testing out a bunch of new makeup products, including the Uoma Beauty by Sharon C foundation. I also picked up the makeup wipes as well as a new mascara from L'Oreal. So if you enjoy those types of videos, testing new makeup, subscribe down below, like this video if you enjoy it, and let's get into it. I do have some newer skincare, but I didn't want to test out too much just in case I break out. So I think for today, I'm just going to leave it as the under eye patches as the only thing for skincare that I'm going to test out. And then I'm just going to go in with my CeraVe Daily Moisturizer. This is usually what I use along with a sunscreen. I can't remember the one that I'm using right now. It's from the drugstore. The Eucerin one, I think it is. Now that I'm all moisturized, I got my SPF on, I'm going to go in with the Uoma Beauty by Sharon C foundation, and I got mine in the shade Fair Lady T5. They had a really nice shade selection at my Walmart, and my Walmart doesn't really carry a lot of makeup. It's pretty small. They didn't have a lot from the line there, but for foundations, they had a really nice shade range. This is supposed to be medium to full coverage, available in 6 unique formulas, infused with green coffee extract. Supposed to be long-lasting, transfer-proof, with a soft, radiant, natural finish. This skin-perfecting balm is supercharged with skincare ingredients to cater for your specific skin needs, making it the perfect makeup / skincare hybrid. So yeah, let's get into the application of this Uoma Beauty by Sharon C foundation. Okay, I pumped out about 1.5 pumps and it looks like just a perfect kind of consistency. It's not too thick, it's not too runny, and I think this will actually be a pretty good shade on me. The shade is actually perfect for me right now. I do feel like it oxidized a little bit. This is so lightweight. It just looks like skin. It's so luminous. But once you apply it on the face, it's like this thin consistency. Let's see if we can build this one up. I'm happy with this, but I want to try to build it up a little bit just so you guys can see. I think this is supposed to be buildable because it said medium to full coverage. I would say it's on the lighter part of medium coverage right now because I can still see freckles and stuff. I don't know if you could get this to full, but I will try to build it up. Okay, so I'm going to, this was like maybe 1/2 pump. And I'm just going to put it around my cheek area. See how light it is? It definitely oxidized on me. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I really hope this doesn't break up on me. It is so pretty. I feel like that second application made it even prettier. You might be able to get this one to full coverage because it built up pretty nicely. I think I've told you guys before, but I don't usually build up foundation on my forehead because I do have fine lines and wrinkles up there. And if you build up foundation on top of the fine lines and wrinkles, or for me anyway, it's not a good situation, okay? I'm in my 30s and I've realized less is more. I feel like this is gonna be such a good foundation in the winter. So for concealer, I think I'm going to use the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer again. I've only used this like 3 times, but this is so nice for just brightening up the inner corner. It's not full coverage at all. I also got this Complex Culture Concealer in my Ipsy Glam bag. It looks like it's going to be pretty light, but I think where this foundation oxidized a little bit, it'd be okay to go in with a little bit lighter of a concealer. It's supposed to be medium to full coverage, brightening antioxidant concealer, shade L200. And yeah, it looks like a nice shade for me. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. one to brighten up the inner corner. And then I'll go in with the one from Complex Culture to get rid of the bag situation. This e.l.f. one is one of those clicky pens, so you do have to kind of click it up a couple times. Once it starts to come out, then I just apply what is there and then go in with more if I need it. This is one you can leave on the under eye for like a few seconds because it's not going to dry too quickly on you. And then I meant to tell you guys, this is the e.l.f. This is one of the e.l.f. sponges. I'm not sure of the exact name. And then this is the concealer one. I can't remember the exact name for this one either, but most of the sponges I use are from e.l.f. So these are the sponges I'm going to use today. Do just want to mention too that Uoma Beauty foundation, it did have a little bit of a scent to it. I can still smell it a little, and I've had it on for like maybe a minute. It's not a bad smell at all, and my face isn't burning or anything, but I just want to mention it does have a little bit of a scent to it, but it's pleasant and it's not overwhelming. I don't think that this would be for oily skin. I think this is more for someone with drier skin, drier to normal skin. It doesn't feel like it's drying down yet either, so that makes me think I need to set it, which isn't a big deal, but so far I feel like this might not be for oily skin, but that's just on first impression. Now going in with the Complex Culture Concealer. Oh, the applicator is so unique. There's the wand of that concealer, really cool. I'm just gonna go in with the same amount of concealer that I would normally go in with. I don't like to go in with a lot of concealer because, honey, if you have wrinkles under there and you're testing out a new concealer, you might want to be careful because it could ruin your whole day. That's a pretty concealer. It's not full coverage off of the amount that I use, but you might be able to get it up to full coverage. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin actually. This doesn't really have a scent to it either, which is nice. Yeah, see, this isn't full coverage, but I do like this shade to brighten up everything. I bought the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation because I'm thinking where the new e.l.f. Putty Bronzer is supposed to be cream to powder. Even though this is supposed to be a foundation, I thought that maybe I could test one on one side, one on the other, and see if they're comparable because the e.l.f. one is a lot cheaper and I felt like it did have a little bit of coverage, but I don't know what the Milani one is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be up to full coverage. It's the Conceal and Perfect Smooth Finish Cream to Powder Foundation, and this is in the shade Sand. And then I have the shade Tan Lines from the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. For blush, I have the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush in the shade Grace, which looks like a beautiful plum. I got this on sale at that Martin store that I've been doing little hauls from, so which I should have another one coming. So anyway, yeah, let's check out the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation up against the e.l.f. Putty Bronze. So for applicators, I don't have two of the same brushes, but I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Putty applicator for the e.l.f. one, and then I just have this Luxie 1010 smaller contour brush that I'm gonna use for the other side. This formula is like very creamy. Let's get into the Milani on this side. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Lasting Fix Banana Translucent Setting Powder. That's the shade there. It doesn't look very banana. I've also seen this a lot on TikTok, I believe. So they only had one of these left. This was like 10 bucks though, which is kind of expensive, but we're gonna test it out regardless. Okay, it's grabbed a hold of the foundation a little bit right here. I don't know if it's the powder or if it's the concealer or the foundation. The banana powder looks all right though. It doesn't look like much of a banana shade to me, but under the eyes, I guess I can see that a little bit. I can't tell if it's giving me a yellow tint or like a brightening kind of effect, but I really want to go in with this Rare Beauty blush, and I kind of forgot as I was setting my under eyes. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use it and see if it goes over top of the foundation. Again, this is in the shade Grace. I feel like it matches my nail polish pretty well. I've heard these are really pigmented, so this is probably a horrible idea putting this over foundation, especially where like I'm sweating to death and, you know, just looking like a hot mess already, but we're gonna try them out. And I love all the Rare Beauty packaging. It's super pretty. And this has a huge doe foot applicator. I'm really nervous. I think I'm going to use that same putty applicator because I really like that brush. Okay, I just put a little bit on my hand and then I'm going to go in with the little putty applicator. Oh my god! I'm scared. Okay, you only need a tiny bit of this, and that container would probably last me 10 years, even if I used it every day. You don't even need a drop of this stuff. Like, oh, that's so pretty though. So for highlighter, I have the LA Colors highlighter in the shade Shine Bright. And I've heard Juicy Jazz on YouTube rave about this highlighter. It is from the Dollar Tree, so I only paid $1 for it, and I'm gonna add that to the cheek. I don't think I really need any more bronzer or blush, so that's what we're gonna do. I can't find my highlight brush, so I'm just going in with my blush brush. Ooh, it has a little bit of a gold shift to it. Really pretty highlighter for $1. I love that. I've been looking for this and I haven't been able to find it, so I was really excited to see it in my Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago. Okay, so I apologize. I had to put my hair up. I was sweating to death, but we have eyeshadow palettes. So I do have the KAB or CAB. Is it KAB or CAB? Either way, I have their Day to Night eyeshadow palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. And this looks so pretty. It's like a warmer toned palette, but I feel like there's a Urban Decay palette like this one. Is it the Born to Run, maybe? I'm not sure, but either way, this is really pretty. And then I have the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. Is that how you say that? I don't know, but it's a really pretty cool tone palette. I do also have the Lime Crime Venus 3 palette I got in a BoxyCharm. And this is like purple. It's really pretty. Well, it has some neutral tones in there too, but I don't think I'm going for a purple look today. So I think I want to mix the KAB or CAB cosmetic palette with the Natasha Denona one. And I really want to see what the quality is for this because you can find this brand at Walmart now, I guess. Although I haven't seen this palette in store at Walmart. I don't think I have anyway. So for my transition shade, I'm just going to go in with this lightest shade in the Natasha Denona palette. It's like a khaki kind of tan color. And I'm actually going to go in with this new e.l.f. blending brush that I got. It's the e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender brush. So I'll be testing this out too. And I'm just going to build this up in the crease. I love this brush. I like how the bristles are fairly long on it, so you can really get it in the crease and fluff and blend really easily. All right, going into the KAB palette, I'm gonna go in with the shade Sand, which is a little bit deeper of a shade than the one we just used, and it's more of like a neutral tone. Also, this palette comes with a nice mirror, which is always a plus. Going in with that same e.l.f. brush, and I'm just gonna blend that a little bit below where I put that other shade from the Natasha Denona palette. I got this other new brush from Morphe. It's the M461, and it's like this dual fiber brush. I don't know if it's just meant for a highlighter or you could set under the eyes with it, but I was thinking to like really softly diffuse eyeshadow, it would be nice. To warm up my crease even further, I'm gonna go in with the shade Terracotta. I want to darken up the crease even more, so I think I'll take Cocoa on the same Morphe brush, and Cocoa is like this very deep brown, but it's a really warm brown shade. I think I'm going to take that to deepen up the crease a little more. I'm going to take that same e.l.f. blending brush, and then I'm just going to go in with that same dark brown shade, the darkest shade in the palette, that shade Cocoa, and I'm going to put that in the crease as well. Those shimmer shades are so pretty. I gotta go in with some. So I just swatched some of the shimmers. They are really pigmented, but buttery and not really chunky or dry. I think what I want to do is put Starlight on the lid, which is this lightest shade here. I was gonna put Moon Dust on, but it's a little bit more purple when I swatched it, and I really didn't want to go for a purple look. So I'm gonna put Starlight on the lid. This is like a foiled, wet looking formula. I'm just gonna get a little brush to get the inner corner. I'm so glad I ended up trying out this palette. It's beautiful. The shimmer shades that I swatched, and I almost swatched all of them. They're almost like a wet, moussey kind of formula. So buttery soft. And then I'm just gonna go in with this duo fiber brush and blend the outer corners a little. All right, now let's get into the mascara. So the mascara that I got is the L'Oreal Bambi Oversized Mascara, which I have tried out the other Bambi Eye Mascara, but this looked new to me, and it was like, I think a collab with Disney or something. I feel like I haven't seen anything about this, so it looks like it has a silicone wand, which I love, and the claims is that it's supposed to be an instant lash stretching and volumizing mascara, lifts and curls the lash by lash to create an oversized lash look. Has long and short bristles, high charge formula, blah blah blah. Let's put it to the test and see. There's the close-up of the wand. Looks like it's got a little slant to it. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it definitely has like a slant to it. It looks like a pretty wet formula, which I don't mind as long as it doesn't transfer really badly. Love this so far. It didn't transfer. It is a pretty wet formula, but so far so good. I'm gonna go to the other eye and then I'll try to do a second coat to see how that looks. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a second coat. Wow, this is really good. Man, the drugstore has been pumping out the new products lately. I'm going in with a second coat. I do feel like you got to get in there with the second coat pretty quick. If this one dries, I think you could start to get into a clumpy situation. I feel like the lashes look pretty good. I don't think it transferred. Let me check. It transferred a little on the lid, so I just go in with my spoolie. And you just kind of flick it off the skin, but make sure you wait until it's dry. So for lips, I have this Milani lipstick in the shade Pretty Natural. I've never tried any of the lipsticks from this line. Pretty sure this has been out forever, but this, yeah, I've never tried it. It's the Color Statement lipsticks. And then I'm just gonna line my lips with my favorite LA Colors lip liner in the shade Natural. And then going in with the shade Pretty Natural from Milani. That Milani lipstick is really pretty. I feel like I need more of a neutral tone. I'm actually going to top it all off with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Ginger Snap because it's not quite what I wanted, but I think this over the top will be fine. It'll kind of match the eyeshadow. I forgot I have this rose water setting spray from Maven Beauty, and I also got this in a BoxyCharm, so let's set the makeup with that. Okay guys, that's my full face testing new makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will try to update you guys on the Uoma Beauty foundation. So far, I think it looks beautiful. It looks like skin. It doesn't feel heavy. I've had it on for probably like an hour. It feels really good so far. And that setting powder, the Maybelline setting powder, I think I'm really gonna like that one. It doesn't feel heavy either. Yeah, the blush, the Milani foundation, the cream foundation I used as bronzer, beautiful. The eyeshadow palette, gorgeous. Lip products, I kind of had a battle just because I didn't like the shade, but the Milani lipstick formula was really good. And that highlighter, the LA Colors highlighter, amazing. If you can go get that at your Dollar Tree, go get it. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!